Carriage of Goods by Sea Act applies supplementary to the Civil Code if the goods are to be shipped from a foreign port to the Philippines. Passed by the United States Congress is Public Act No. 521 and was adopted by the Philippines Commonwealth Act No. 65. The new Civil Code of the Philippines provides that the law of the country to which the goods are to be transported shall govern the liability of the common carrier for their loss, destruction or deterioration. The term carriage of goods covers the period from the time when the goods are loaded on to the time when they are discharged from the ship. The term contract of carriage applies only to contracts of carriage covered by a bill of lading or any similar document of title, insofar as such document relates to the carriage of goods by sea. Parties. Carrier and shipper are given their respective rights and obligations under Carriage of Goods by the Sea Act. The carrier under such law is not limited to the shipowner. The carrier includes the charterer who enters into a contract of carriage with the shipper. Responsibilities and liabilities. The carrier shall be bound, before and at the beginning of the voyage, to exercise due diligence to make the ship seaworthy, properly man, equip, and supply the ship, make the holds, refrigerating and cooling chambers, and all other parts of the ship. The carrier shall properly and carefully load, handle, stow, carry, keep, care for, and discharge the goods carried. After receiving the goods into his charge, the carrier, or the master or agent of the carrier, shall, on demand of the shipper, issue to the shipper a bill of lading. Such a bill of lading shall be prima facie evidence of the receipt by the carrier of the goods. Otherwise, the carrier and ship shall be discharged from all liability in respect of loss or damage. The absence of notice shall not affect or prejudice the right of the shipper to bring suit within 1 year after the delivery of the goods or the date when the goods should have been delivered. The Civil Code requires international carriers to exercise extraordinary diligence in the performance of their contractual obligations and liabilities in relation to the loading, handling, stowage, carriage, custody, care and discharge of such goods. The two overriding obligations of the carrier under prevailing jurisprudence when such act was passed, namely, 1. The obligation to use due care with respect to the cargo, and 2. The obligation to provide a seaworthy vessel at the beginning of the voyage.